Today, from M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland, it's the AFC Wild Card Round on EA Sports.
What twists and turns will January have in store for us? The NFL playoffs are officially underway. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5. From the gun, here's Newton. Rolling, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Campbell, he's the culprit, causes a loss of 5, and it brings up 4th down. So on 4th down, here's Sam Cook to punt it away. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. That's pulled in at the 32. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Officially, it'll be a 68-yard punt return score. And the Ravens will strike first here in this wild card matchup. They get the stop defensively, force the punt. They score without their offense even stepping on the field.
I remember playing on special teams and teasing the guys on offense. Like, look, you don't even worry about it. You guys just hang out over there. We'll bring this one all the way back and get the points we need. In this case, they actually got that done.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. So after surrendering the punt return for a score, let's see what they can do in turn on this kickoff. Olszewski going to hold on to this one. Touchback. So back onto the field come the Pats for their second drive. They've been a come-from-behind team all year. They'll need to do it again as they trail early in this wild card game. Yeah, this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Good running right there. And this is a man who was a 1,000-yard rusher in the regular season, so you know he's going to get his chances, and he picks up nice yardage on that one.
Looking for Aguilar, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. After the interception, here's Jackson. Got him in. It's Brown. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. They go play action with Jackson. And this is going to be pulled in by the tight end Andrews. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover. And they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
Dobbins, no signal, and now they say he did not get in. He is stonewalled at the 1. No gain on the play, and it's going to be 2nd and goal. Dobbins once more, and he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. J.K. Dobbins punching it in from a yard away, and the Ravens will extend their lead. Tucker with the extra point, and it's now 14-0. So they drive 4 plays, and it's finished finished off by a touchdown run from J.K. Dobbins. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Olszewski going to hold on to this one. Touchback. New England trying to get a place on offense. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown. So decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan? Or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Newton now to throw. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. Throwing on 3rd down, Newton. This is intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey.
Oh, my goodness.
And he will bring this back. It's a pick 6 and a Raven touchdown. And we'll see if that pick 6 looms large as this game continues, because we've seen plays like that alter a lot of playoff contests over the years.
I would agree with that totally. And you often think to yourself, why do they alter it so much? Because after games, don't we hear coaches and players say, well, one play doesn't usually determine the outcome. But I don't think that's really true, do you? Because there's times when we see plays like that, and all of a sudden the momentum jumps to that team side, it deflates the other side, and they never pick it back up. And then things really go from there, don't they?
That's the thing for me. We talk about momentum changes. A play like that is the ultimate momentum change. Coming off the pick 6, it's Newton. That's complete into the hands of Myers. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. On the handoff, it's Michel. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1. They'll try and run for it. Here's Michel. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Now a 1st down carry. It's Michel. And he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
On 2nd down, Michel. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a first.
He may be a bit undersized compared to the modern-day NFL defensive tackle, but what he lacks in size, he definitely makes up for it in his ability to make tackles in the run game as well.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. On after the sack, he's still down on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. Here's Sam Cook now. Remember, his first attempt was returned for a touchdown. And they will get to this one and down it at the 13-yard line. Baltimore set to take over here for their 2nd possession of the game. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. Well, you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while, because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
Oh, he bowls over it, and he'll be corralled right around the 34. Solid running there. And, CD, we hear so much about what it takes to win in the playoffs. Most people like to include having a strong running game in their assessment. And with this man in the backfield, this group has a strong running game without a doubt.
Oh, I absolutely agree with you there, because in terms of yardage, he's a top 5 running back in the league. And in terms of impact on a game,
and now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. (21-0) our score after one. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. And now Jackson will look to throw it. He gets this underneath to Dobbins. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. They run the counter now. It's Peterson. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
Eluding the pressure. That is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Lamar Jackson, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Ravens continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that makes the score 28-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Pats at the line ready to go. They trail early on the road in the playoffs. Not a great combination as they've got it 1st and 10. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, he's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
Jones throw there complete to Myers. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Looking for Aguilar, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters. And what a return as he brings us all the way back to the 25-yard line. Well, stating the obvious, this is going to be one that the rookie quarterback is going to want to forget pretty quickly.
And what quarterback has not gone through this in their rookie year?
Yeah, they all have. I guess it's cliche, but these are the ones you hope to grow from, right?
It's just part of life on the road in the NFL. He has to learn from it and grow.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Now it's Jackson. Oliver, the tight end, making the catch. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
They'll try to run for it with Dobbins. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6.
Well, I can certainly tell my age, partner, because when I was a kid, running backs like J.K. Dobbins with over 2,000 yards in their final season in college, they went early in the draft. Instead, he somehow lasted until the 2nd round. But how great is it to get a guy with that ability who can run it inside, run to the perimeter, and catch the football in the backfield? Be able to get him in the 2nd round, that's what I call a steal.
Well, you hate that defensively. They had him pretty well corralled, but the face mask, that obviously changes things.
Yeah, it's a bit frustrating because you feel like you did everything right. You had him stop, but the hand gets up just a little too high, and then
they'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Gus Edwards taking it in from a yard out. And the Ravens are able to widen their lead here in this first half. Tucker with the extra point, and that makes this... Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here comes Mac Jones and the rest of the Patriot offense. In the second quarter, they're down big already. He's struggling as well. They've got to find something here. He's got to find something on this drive.
And sometimes you take on all that extra pressure on yourself, and maybe you have to disperse it a little bit. Lean on some other people, lean on your teammates, find someone who can take the pressure off and get the ball in their hands for a while.
Or this, if he doesn't, this is getting out of hand, or it could get worse. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
New England on third down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. Now Jones to Michelle on the screen. And a good job defensively. They stop him short of the first at the 32. 5 yards, not enough. And it'll be 4th down. Here's Sam Kirk now as he's on to punt for New England. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And this will be blown dead right around the 25-yard line. Here comes the Raven offense now, ready for another possession. The ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Not sure it could be much better than that. They've got to feel very good about the groove that they're in at this stage of the game.
They start the drive on the ground with Hill. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Out of the pistol, here's Hill. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
So much of the game today, we're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position, now more than ever, is a hybrid type player. Half defensive back that covers passes and half linebacker that makes tackles. We just saw the linebacker make that play.
2 minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs. A reminder coming up at the half, as we've done all year. We'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. Coach will have the lowdown on what's going on here in this wild card weekend as we begin on the road to Super Bowl 53 in Atlanta. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
Just a simple tap pass, but it pays off in a big way.
And sometimes the simple stuff causes the most problems for a defense because there's a breakdown in communication there. When that receiver goes behind the line of scrimmage and it looks like he's going in motion, someone either has to go with him or he has to be passed off to another defender. Somehow they didn't get that communicated well, and it turned into a nice play.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Escaping the pressure right. Making the catch, this is the tight end Oliver. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. A big play that time through the air. 32 yards. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on touchdown. That's caught at the 1. With Sean Bateman from 13 yards out. And the Ravens have taken a 6-touchdown lead. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and it is 42-0. So the drive lines have gone 75 yards in 7 plays, and it's capped off with a Ravens touchdown. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here comes Mac Jones and the rest of the Patriot offense. He's got to dig deep here, doesn't he? Team's losing. He's not playing well either.
And they always tell you, don't press. You'll make things a little bit worse. But in this particular situation, you try and heighten your play a little bit.
And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. To Sean Wharton. Give him the credit for the sack and a loss of 14 yards. So we're at halftime of this AFC. There you have it. Halftime quickly over. Third quarter, here we go. Both teams try to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC wildcard game. Devin Duvernay now returning from the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. And they've been the better of the two teams through 2 quarters of play, much to the chagrin of this home crowd.
Yeah, this score is a surprise to a lot of folks at home, although not to my dad. He predicted the visitors would win. And maybe to the folks in the stadium, but you know who is not a surprise to, partner? This team with the football. They were very confident coming in.
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. Now it's Edwards. And he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there.
44 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times.
They've got the lead early here in the third quarter, and runs like that are how they established that lead in the first half.
I love the fact that you're using the word lead because they are leading from the front, pounding on the defense right now with the running game, and truly establishing themselves here in the second half.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. They give it to Peterson. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
Edwards now on 1st and 10. Heck of a broken tackle and able to work this down near the 23. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. They run once more with Edwards. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
They'll run it. Here's Peterson. And they'll get this down to the 10.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense gets a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. He pushes forward for maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run.
And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Justice Hill, a 6-yard touchdown run. And the Ravens take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Tucker with the extra point, and the lead will swell by 1 more. So the drive goes 75 yards, 10 plays. And the end result was the touchdown run by Justice Hill.
Olszewski going to hold on to this one. Touchback.
So here are the Patriots now. They get ready for their first possession of half number 2. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point.
The throw over the middle taken in.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
So a nice throw right there. And this, we all know, a big test for this young man at quarterback. He guided his team into the playoffs as a wild card. Now here he is on the road looking to get his guys to the second round. It's certainly a tough task no matter how you slice it.
Oh, I absolutely agree 100%. And while no one around the franchise is going to, co-sign on what I'm about to say, because all they're focused on is winning this game. But let's face it, partner, no matter what happens in this one, they've got their quarterback to build their roster around for the future. That's got to feel good for everyone associated with this team.
They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. Well executed there on 2nd down, so do you go back to the air on 3rd?
Well, that's a possibility, but now you've opened up things to where you showed that you would run the ball in a long-distance situation. you might come back again because I doubt they believe you'll do it a second time.
And this is going to be incomplete. And now following the incomplete pass, we're going to time out here for an injured player. He gets attended to. We'll step aside. Here's Sam Cook now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And it's out of bounds. Now we'll see what the side judge says. He says out at the 8-yard line. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game. But this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football. Because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Again, it's Hill. And they're able to bring him down at the 20.
40 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line.
And if anyone thinks they're just going to tuck their horns in and pull back off the throttle a little bit, you can forget it. Even with this big third-quarter lead, I think this team's going to continue to take their shots downfield, and there's another completion.
And he's got some space here. The 30. 10. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Justice Hill, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Ravens are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this 3rd quarter. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
Olszewski going to hold on to this one. Touchback.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Meanwhile, Jones' throw into the hands of Henry here.
This game just keeps evolving and changing, doesn't it? You got a tight end who can move around a lot, not necessarily using a big body on him. Sometimes you take a corner, a better cover guy, and put him on him and try and take him out of the game, as we've seen in this one.
You're exactly right. They've taken him out of the game. That was just his first catch. Big reason they're losing right now. Now it appears we've got an injured Raven down there on the field.
2nd down and 8.
We'll check on his status when we get back. From the 38, Jones. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Myers. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Throwing Jones. Open man is Kendrick Bourne.
And he will have a Patriots first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he was unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
From the 35 on 2nd down, Jones. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 25-yard line. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Open man is Myers. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. They'll look to throw again.
And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Back to throw again. Completes it to Aguilar. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to 3rd down. New England on 3rd down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This will be 3rd and 5. A give. This is Michel. And he will have the 1st down before he's tackled at the 12.
43 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times.
I definitely like the play call. You don't expect it on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, do you? You expect a pass play. Had a little courage there to call the run, and boy, they were successful.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. That's to Aguilar. Touchdown, Patriots. Nelson Aguilar there to make the grab. And the Patriots are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter. Extra point up and good by Folk as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
On the return, Devin Duvernay. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. He's already hit pay dirt twice. He's up over 100 yards. He is feeling good.
He's just zipping along today. Everything coming together for him. It's that type of a day that you see a back just kind of have a grin on his face every time his number is called.
There he goes left side. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Isaiah McKenzie, 69 yards.
And the Ravens are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Tucker with the extra point, and the lead will swell by 1 more. Well, the offense wasn't out there for a long time, but they were out there for a good time. 1 play, and they're able to hit pay dirt. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
The Patriots ready to get the football back. They are most likely staring at a cold end to their season here in this wild card round. Nothing has gone right so far, and they are, to be frank, in desperation mode now as they begin with a 1st and 10.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Back to throw. Jones. This complete left side to Aguilar. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
When the hitch route is run really well, that jab step off the line of scrimmage by the receiver, which is designed to back up the defender and give him a little bit of space, all you want there, get that space, catch the football, and then make a move and pick up extra yardage. And that's exactly what he got done there.
And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain. To throw again on 2nd down. Jones. That's to his running back, Sony Michel. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a 1st down. So now on defense, you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going.
Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. Again, he'll drop to throw. It's caught by Aguilar.
And a nice pickup there as he'll get about 9, and that will lead us to a stoppage here at the 2-minute warning.
Give him 9 there on the first down completion. So the Patriots with a football as we get you reset. They're looking at second down now as they search for a consolation score. And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here.
When you run in the slant, timing is everything, and against that man coverage, there's no space available, and incompletion as a result.
Now Jones from the gun on third down, and that's incomplete.
It just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
Well, he was a spectator for much of this game. This is his first field goal opportunity of the entire contest, but he's able to connect.
Yeah, he had a pretty good seat to this one, didn't he? But let's face it, all kickers that you and I know, they want to contribute. They want their opportunity, and he seized his.
Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. And it's looking like they are going to get the victory here, and it will not be one and done in these playoffs. Of course, you remember the disappointment of 12 months ago, and they're trying to erase that memory right now.
They'll start the drive with Hill. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That hold coming from the middle of the line, the center.
And it's difficult for him because sometimes you got people right over you, and as soon as you snap it, trying to get your hands up and block them, you can be a little bit late getting it done.
Following the penalty, it's Hill. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24.
Play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge, and that's good enough for a first down.
Carter, I have to tell you, just one word keeps coming to mind from watching them this afternoon, and that's impressive. They have been impressive from the opening kickoff, and they haven't let up here even into the fourth quarter.
A run there on first down and a pretty good one of 5 yards, so make it 2nd and 5. They said beginning of the season they wanted to get past the wild card round. Well, they just got past the wild card round.
How about that being